Hey, so I just wanted to check in and make sure you guys are doing okay and to finally get a bit of an update. So I know it's frustrating when we ask our guides and this applies to people who are not psychic mediums as well. When you're asking for guidance or asking for clarity and it just doesn't seem to come, that happens. It's incredibly frustrating. And so for me, like I said, I've kind of learned that when I'm asking my guides for guidance about what's happening, why we're feeling the way we're feeling, what's going on the earth, and I get nothing, it's because they are utilizing their energy behind the scenes. And we don't always know exactly what's going on behind the scenes because there's always so much going on that literally would probably blow our mind if we knew it all, if we tried to process it all. But good news is finally they're giving us a little bit of clarity as to why we're all feeling so yucky, right? Like it's just being heavy, dense, the physical body not adapting well, not sleeping well. Many of us waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, between 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, not being able to get back to sleep. Many of us having the dizziness stuff, the vestibular migraine stuff, the pain, the nausea, like lots. And all of that to me always feels like the radiation poisoning. That's what it feels like. That's when we're getting like slammed with radiation. That's what it can feel like in our body. But it's always, this is one thing that we want to remember. It's never just like one thing. It's never, because we are multidimensional beings, it's never just, oh, it's just that. Or, oh, it's just that. That would be nice because then it would be like, oh, well, I can just do this and then it goes away. But many of us know we're doing this and that and that and that and that, and it's not going away. And that's because it has many sources of what the triggers are. Again, here's the thing. There's a difference, and we have to remind ourselves about this. There's a difference between a cause and a trigger, right? And so the reason why so many of us, though, are affected by all of this stuff and then others aren't, has a lot to do with the energetic state or the energetic frequencies that are in the human vehicle, right? That just makes total sense. I don't know why my spirit team does this, but they show me the analogy of cars. If you were driving a luxury vehicle, a brand new luxury vehicle, your ride is probably going to be a lot smoother than somebody who's driving an old Honda Civic with old tires, right? The ride's going to be understandably different. And so the thing we need to remember is we need to take care of our human vehicles. The human vehicles need to upgrade along with our ascension, right? Along with our soul energy, right? That makes sense. You can't drive a luxury vehicle and be in poverty, right? They need to be on the same resonance. They have to be on the same. So we need to continue to do the things to support our physical bodies. We're going to find this, Spirit is saying to me, that goes a long ways. So remember all the little things that you do. So movement's really, really important. Getting your lymphatic system flowing. We have to flush the pathogens out of the body. The pathogens are the cause. They're always the cause. Parasites, viruses, bacteria, they are the cause. They're the cause for the inflammation of our nervous system, our vagus nerves, our cranial nerves, which run through our digestive system, all of it. That is the cause. So when we work to lower the cause, then when the triggers happen, so the EMF, the radiation, the solar flares, the Lord knows what they're doing, all of that, the triggers have less impact on us. Does that make sense? The stronger our human vehicle is, the stronger our soul energy becomes, right? Our etheric energy becomes stronger. Our bodies are able to hold more light. Our soul holds more light. You see how that kind of goes? Now, here's what's been going on. We have been clearing a lot of emotional trauma. So Spirit is calling it emotional trauma. I don't know why they're just saying that, because maybe I do understand why they're saying that, because here's the second part of it. And this, I want to ask you guys this. We should do a poll on this to see. What they're saying is that every single being on this planet right now holds a tremendous amount of emotional trauma. Let us know in the comments if that's you. I would like to see anybody that goes, I don't have any emotional trauma at all. Nothing. Zero. I'd like to see that, because I don't think that really exists. But we all, and maybe if somebody says, you know what, I actually don't have, because I've had clients that have done this. I actually come from a perfect family. My family's great. We were blah, blah, blah. Okay, so if that's the case, then you are holding emotional trauma from lineages, so from your ancestors, right? Then you're clearing that stuff. If you can't take it as yours, then it's through the frequencies that you've inherited, right? You inherited the emotional trauma. So we are clearing tons of emotional trauma. It's interesting because the way they showed it to me is that the emotional trauma frequencies literally go, and they're saying to me right now, they embed themselves within our human vehicle. So they can show up, they're saying show up in many places. So they can show up in many, many places. This is why we always have to remember the layers of things. There's never any, just like there's never any just one cause of something, or one trigger of something. It's also not just physical and emotional. They're intertwined. They're mixed together always, 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 always. So in these human vehicles that we have right now, we have a ton of emotional trauma stored. And again, even if you're somebody who has done all the classes, done all the workshops, done all the retreats, done all the purging, done all the clearing, it's still there. It's coming up in layers for all of us. And the more work we do, the deeper we go, the more releasing we're having. That's why it's when I say it's weird energy, it's weird because one moment you literally feel like you're popping into your lowest 3D self, very fearful, feeling all of the old thoughts that you had at your worst moments, all of that, not feeling the light, feeling a dark density, all of that. But then an hour later, you're like, ooh, I can see, and I have clarity, and I have energy, and I feel compassion and love and waves of bliss, right? It's like vroom up, vroom up. It's crazy. And then because of that, because of the up and the down so much, we're exhausted. We're getting exhausted from this. So here's where I want everybody to tell us, because this is important. Spirit is showing me clearly that we have to break up the density of the emotional frequencies, the emotional stored traumas, and release them. And one of the most powerful ways for us to do this is through crying. Makes sense, right? Think about how when you have a big cry, when you're crying, right? You're purging all that energy, the frequencies are coming out, and you often feel a lot lighter when you do that. I know there's been so many people that have been saying, I've cried for 8 hours today. And here's the thing that they showed me, because they always show it in relativity to my experiences. So with my mom passing, of course, I've been crying lots. She passed on July 29th. It's a couple months later, I'm still crying every day, almost every day. And on the days that I'm not, I'm feeling the triggers more intensely. So on the days that I am allowing myself to feel that energy and allow that energy to leave through tears, I'm feeling lighter and I'm feeling better. Does that make sense to you guys? So I want to know, and let us know, first, are you crying? Do you find that this stuff is bringing up a lot of emotional energy, a lot of crying? And here's the thing is, rage can be an emotional energy as well, but it's not clearing. It amplifies everything, right? Because it creates adrenaline and cortisol in the body, which then inflames everything, which then feeds the pathogens, which we don't want to do. So let me know in the comments, let us know if you've been crying lots. And if you notice on the day where you are crying lots, if you are like feeling better, if there's like this lightness that comes through, like that spirit saying that purging energy, that, you know, releasing that purging of the unwanted frequencies. But we're going to, let's see how that plays out, if that kind of makes sense. But at least we have a better understanding of what we're working on right now. It's always good to know our assignments when we're, you know, holding the space and transmuting frequencies and, you know, being empath superheroes. Sending you guys huge blessings.